friends and friends I haven't met yet. I figured I'd do a little video this morning while I'm getting ready for my day of just kind of my dental journey from start to finish in depth. I've had a lot of people reach out with some questions that I'd like to touch base on and answer, like why I let my teeth get so bad before trying to get help, or why I don't just go traditional denture, which are all really great questions, and I want to be able to answer those. So while I'm getting ready for the day, we're gonna do that. And also let you know what I'm using, because the products I have are just so great. So I am gonna slack on washing my face this morning and just hit it with a little bit of Dixon's Original Witch Hazel Pore Toner Perfector Cleanser and Pore Toner. If I don't use that, I got my little Mary Kay bag here full of all my goodies. And if I don't use that, everybody knows I do the Mary Kay skin line. The cleansers, the moisturizers. So while we're getting everything out here, this is my Mary Kay Pore Minimizer. I get that on all my pores here. And I probably do things ass backwards, but hey, I'm no makeup professional by any means. Just a mom trying to have a little enjoyment in life, self-care. This is my Mary Kay moisturizer. Trying to find my daily routine with my health journey, because giving up on life has just been my go-to. And I love this moisturizer because it gives you just enough of a dewy look without making you look greasy. It's not nasty feeling. This is Clinical Solutions C Reversal Line Reductor. And this stuff is magic. Put it in my T-line. On my forehead grubbles, you do not need a lot. Crow's feet. Smile lines. Sometimes it does tingle quite a bit, so you don't want to use too much. But before I turn this into a skincare video, let me start on my journey. So in 2013, at 22 years old, I became pregnant with my first child. Now we're going in with the eye minimizing 3D eye cream. Hit that up real quick all around the eye area. And I also double in when I'm feeling extra salty, spicy, with the Indulge Soothing Eye Gel. This just gives you a more awake look, hydrated. I use this under eye and above eye. So once we get this done, we'll jump right in. So I became pregnant in 2013 at 22 with my first child. By the time I had him, and 2015 had came around, I was on Medicaid, as most American citizens are. And I went to the dentist with some pretty significant issues after the pregnancy and breastfeeding for 2 years. So I was met with struggles of, oh, we don't accept Fidelis Medicaid, we're no longer accepting new patients. So I found a dentist in my area, Elite Dental in Cortland, New York, who placed 5 crowns and did 17 fillings. Now, in 2016, I became pregnant with my daughter, my second child. By that time, most of my fillings had failed, 10 to be exact. So I went back in after having her in 2017, still breastfeeding her. and got 10 fillings replaced. And the dentist opted to pull all my molars. Now, I was set that I just wanted dentures at that time. I knew this was going to be a constant struggle. Medicaid said, nope, she's got too many healthy teeth. We won't pay for that. So another Band-Aid fix. They pulled all my molars, stating that they could not be fixed, and that they filled the 10 teeth in the front, and that was that. So at this time, I'm in so much pain every day, missing most of my teeth at that point. So me and my husband decided, we had been together for 8 years, it was time to get married. His insurance was supposed to be impeccable. So we got married. My third child was expected in 2021. So 2020, during COVID, I became pregnant with him. 2020, nobody wanted to do anything with people. So I did not go to the dentist during COVID time, as I was terrified of getting COVID. And I'm the generation of everything will kill you. So COVID was going to kill me. There was no way around that. So I did not go to the dentist. By the time I had my third child in 2021, I went back to the dentist with the rest of, from my canines forward, broken, except for the 3 teeth that I currently have, which are all crowns, by the way. I was told at that time, going in wanting dentures again, I could not get dentures because the bone loss from tooth loss had caused an arch deterioration. So without an arch reconstructive surgery, which brings me to my first question I will answer, why don't I just get dentures if I'm going to get implants, if I'm going to be getting the bone graft anyway? Which is a great question. So the reason it's not financially feasible to just get dentures at that point is the arch reconstructive surgery in itself is a $30,000 procedure. So it is 15 or more bone grafts to rebuild the arch, not the jaw, the arch. So with implants, they're just rebuilding where they're putting implants. So it's very specific placement. With an arch reconstructive surgery, it is the entire roof of my mouth needs to be bone grafted. It is a year plus healing, and then I'll have a traditional denture, which at that point, who really wants a traditional denture? Something that's going to gag you. If I'm going to go $30,000, I might as well go big or go home and go into debt just that little bit more and get, at 34 years old, I have quite a few years left ahead of me. So to be able to get implants that stay in, teeth that stay in and don't have to be removed, would just be more beneficial. By the time I'm in my 60s, I will have had to have had multiple, at least 2 sets of dentures, multiple adjustments. Again, the healing time is exponential compared to the dental implant journey. And then traditional dentures do not retain the bone, so you will still continue to have bone loss. So I'll be back in the same position that I'm starting with arch deterioration and unable to hold the traditional denture. And it might be another 15, 20 years, but it's still the reality. Traditional dentures is just another Band-Aid fix. More durable, long-term, but still just a Band-Aid fix. So back to original story. Me and my husband got married. In 2021, I had my 4th child. They tell me this arch story. Then they quoted me $32,000 just for the upper teeth. So I gave up. They wanted $10,000 down. I didn't qualify for financial help, financing, bank loans, credit cards due to lack of credit history. I gave up. And I didn't just give up on my tooth journey. I gave up on life. I quit going to school functions. I quit going to family gatherings. I just totally shut down. So then That pregnancy resulted in an emergency C-section 6 weeks early, a month-long NICU stay, and speculation was that it was due to the infection I had in my mouth. Basically, my body just wanted to fight anything and everything that was in my body, so baby got pushed out. My fourth child came in 2023. Again, preterm birth, 8 weeks preterm, a month NICU stay. Thankfully, all my babies were born healthy enough to not be on any sort of assistance in the NICU. My fourth child was born at 3.5 pounds. And despite doctors' letters, recommendations that this was a medical necessity and it was affecting my unborn child, no help. My dental insurance will only pay for $2,500, which is, if anybody goes for annual dental care, that's an x-ray and a cleaning, that's a few fillings, or one crown on one tooth. $2,500 is nothing in the long scheme of dental care, which we preach mental health and overall care, eating healthy, this and that, but nobody really takes into consideration the mouth, your teeth, when it comes to overall health. It's a cosmetic issue. And a cosmetic issue in my mind is I don't like the shade of my teeth. I don't like the shape of my teeth. I don't like a crooked tooth. I don't like my overbite. Those are cosmetic fixes, as far as I'm concerned. Having pain, infection, and unable to eat, I'm currently in starvation mode because I lack nutrients to provide for myself and a nursing child. So this has been my reality for the last 10 years. I haven't neglected this. I haven't let a situation get out of control. I have sought after help and been met with roadblocks and dead ends. So now my fourth child is born. I currently have 9 teeth, still have the infection up into my sinus cavity, which is moving into my eye socket. I have infection down in my lower jaw that's moving to my ear, down my neck. Again, started this journey. This time I'm not giving up. I have not had an intimate relationship with my husband in years. It's affecting our marriage. I have no social life. I have withdrawn from all of my friends because I don't want anybody to see me. It's easy to see me on a video and not see, but when you're in front of me, you can see my mouth. So I do not go to school functions. My kids are now being withheld back from life because I refuse to go out to eat dinner with the family because I look like an idiot while I'm eating and it hurts. I do not go to school functions at all anymore. We don't do anything anymore. And it's sad. It really is so very sad as far as what my kids are having to endure. You know, they've been asked at school by their peers, their friends, why their mom's mouth looks the way it does. And what do they say to that? I don't know. They say, I don't know. And the judgment I receive, everybody automatically assumes that it's due to drug use or neglect, lack of care. And that could be so far from the truth. Anybody that truly knows me knows I do not even consume alcohol. We are a single income family of 6, 7 including my stepdaughter who lives with her mother, but still we support financially. It's a serious problem. Dental health care is a serious problem in our country. And it's again really easy for people to kind of place judgment without being in the shoes, so to speak. But I have sought help, and now this time around I have found a doctor who is 2.5 hours away, who is willing to work with me financially after being denied by 5 different financial institutions for financing on my own. I was denied through his office by the 3 financial institutions they use for financing. I have a good credit score. I personally have 0 income because I'm a stay-at-home mom. And my husband has a bad credit score, so together we have a fair credit score. But because I have no credit history, neither one of us have credit history. We've never had loans, car payments, credit cards, nothing. So it's coming from poverty. We don't have family that can help us co-sign, financially help us, which is why I created my fundraiser, my health campaign. This, even though, it's looked at as a cosmetic issue, again, I can't stress enough how much it has affected my overall health in the aspect of, some days it's just like, why life isn't worth living if I have to live it like this. In pain, hungry all the time, days without sleeping. If I have a toothache, there is no rest, no eating, nothing helps. Tylenol, ibuprofen, nothing. There is no relief. Then when I do eat, I have no points of contact because all of my molars are missing. So I chew with my front, which are now breaking and infected because they're not meant to be chewed with. They're meant for tearing and ripping. Your molars are designed for chewing. I choke on food a lot of the time. I have recessed to a very small group of foods that are soft, quesadillas, beans. I haven't eaten a meat protein in over 5 years. So it's really, again, my mental health, depressed. I have high social anxiety, almost panic when I have to go out into the world where people don't know me, or I have to speak to somebody that I haven't spoke to in years because I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. My body has begun the starvation mode process, which means it's eating muscle to retain energy because I have zero fat and I'm not putting the nutrients, I'm not able to get the nutrients I need to sustain life. My condition will just worsen if something doesn't happen. So that's where I'm at. I have sought help. I have been proactive in my dental care since I got pregnant, and pregnancy related teeth issues are a very real thing and more common than people think. The mouth is a very intimate place. So most people don't want to let anybody into that zone, that area. I decided to be vulnerable because I need help. I need support. I need to raise the money to be the best mom I can be, to be a wife again, to be me again. Motherhood, you lose yourself anyway, especially when you're a stay-at-home mom with zero social life. You just become totally unattached from everything, and it can become a very dark place. And then you add in the dental issues that some women experience, and it can get even darker. So I am fortunate enough to be able to bring myself out of that dark place by a little bit of Mary Kay and self-care, but having very little family support and very little community support is very difficult as well. People want to just whisper about things, and nobody really wants to understand. So if I can broaden everybody's awareness and bring some understanding, a little less judgment into the world, as well as help myself, that's my goal. That is my end result. My goal is to save myself and save my family. My mission is to save other people, help get this dental care issue out there into the world, open up the eyes of the dental providers, of the health insurance companies. Why we as Americans don't have the dental care we deserve is mind-boggling to me. I feel as if dental care should be just as important, if not more important, than major medical. It is, health starts with your mouth. It's proven scientifically. They call this the triangle of death. So if you have any issues, it will go to your brain, your heart, your blood. And it's more often, unless you have money, you are on the back burner. People in poverty, people in rural areas aren't cared about as we should be. And I'm here to change that. So if you would like to follow my content, follow my journey, Mama Dukes times 4, I I can't say enough how grateful I am, how humble I am for the experience of being vulnerable and getting out of my own comfort zone, sharing my story, all the support I've found already, whether it be just sharing my story, donations, kind words, zero judgment, prayers, any form of support is support. And I just can't stress enough how you're not alone, whether you're depressed, anxious, a flavor of the spectrum, you are not alone. Never, ever, ever feel like you're alone. There are angels in this world. Whether you believe in religion, whether you believe in the universe, law of attraction, attract what you want back in life. So I'm putting out, I want better dental care. That is a God-given right to be able to live peacefully. And it's 10 years of medical torture. Some people go 30, 40 years like this and die from heart disease due to dental infection, die from brain infections due to dental. Like, open our eyes. Is it cosmetic at that point? Is it really just, I don't like the way I look, or I'm unable to live a productive, healthy life? That's the question. That's the $1 million question. Until you live it, don't judge it. Stay kind, everybody. Love y'all.